Hey everyone, it is Eric with Rockin' H, and tonight, hey everyone, it is Eric with Rockin' H TV session 34. Tonight we are working with the large car model builders Kenworth W900S hood, and I'm going to show you what that is and how I'm using it. For some of you that may not be familiar with, well, I won't say his name because I'll botch it. With LCBM's products, now you'll know what they're all about. So we're going to wait for the crew to get in the house, and then we will begin our show. Tonight I'm doing something quite a bit different. This is insane. So I've been wanting to go live from my laptop for a long time just to see how it works. So I borrowed a Logitech 920 webcam from work, and I put it on my laptop here. Then I downloaded some free software which makes Facebook Live talk to my or to this camera so you can see it, and ta-da, here we are. And it's pretty cool. So please forgive me if we have a few interruptions or something's not quite right, because as your crash test dummy for things of this nature, I'm learning as we go. I've had a couple of experiences thus far on how to use this stuff, and it's kind of cool. So there we go. Now I can see who's here, and I can see your comments too, which is even better. Here we go. There's Dwayne. Hi, Dwayne. There's Dylan and Keith. Welcome, guys. Vaughn is here, giving me some sugar. That's cool with the thumbs up. Appreciate that. Several other people in the house, so that is good. Hi, Dylan and Dustin. Welcome, guys. Dylan, I'm doing great because I get to learn something new tonight. This is fun. There's Mark. Hello, Mark. 828 got started a little late because it just takes a little bit to figure all this out. It's not really difficult, but it's like everything we do with models. You try something, can't figure it out, you go online, you do a search, you ask in groups how to do things, and then one thing leads to another and you figure it out, which is where I'm at with our live show tonight. So tonight, I'm not on my phone. I'm not on my phone tonight, so this is kind of cool. What's up? It's all good. Mark, Keith, good evening. Everyone, there's Miguel. Welcome, Miguel. Good to see you guys. So what if you could see my screen? It'd be crazy because I can see I've got two tabs open. I got two tabs open on my laptop. One so I can see your comments, another one so I can turn the show off when it's ready to go. I've got another one open to Damone's products so I can put that in the comments once the show starts. And then I have this software called OSB open so I can see myself and how this is all working. It's insane. And if you'll notice, look at the top of the screen right up there. Look up there. It says Rockin' H TV. I got that thing up there. Now watch this. This is kind of fun. Boom. Check that out. This is crazy, isn't it? This is nuts. So we're having a good time. Just good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, I'll quit playing here. I'll get back to where I'm supposed to be. And there's Greg Myers. Welcome, Greg. Good to see you here. Hope your trip to Kansas was good the other day. Heard you made it up here. Awesome, awesome. So, without further ado, it is 8:30, so we're going to get started here. And hello everyone, my name is Eric with Rockin' H TV session 34. Tonight we're going to talk about large car model builders W900S hood. This is a resin cast product that I've been using off and on for a while. And tonight I'm going to just explain how I'm using it and give you some examples to show you the different styles. There's two styles, and we're just going to go through some things, some live products that I have right here in my house. You'll notice I'm here in the house, not in the shop, because guess what? Wi-Fi is better in the house than the shop. Got to do this in here. That, and I'm going from my computer tonight, which is a little different. So just practicing, trying to make this better experience for you over time. That's my goal. Just to get better, make things better, you know how it is. So I even got a wireless mic on in here, so this is just insane. It's good fun. Okay. Dustin says the only bad thing is 3/4 screen, kind of like when you had the interviews with the other guys. 3/4 screen, really. It should be kind of a wide screen versus it should be more landscape than portrait. That's a good comment. Again, I'll solve some of these problems as we go. So anything that you guys see, sound quality, picture quality, something's not right, whatever, let me know, and I'll just take those notes, so as I do these more and more, I can just learn how to do them better. So thank you for that. All right, so here we are. Large car model builder has been around for quite a long time in the model industry, in our world here with the die-cast stuff. He does a lot of resin products. He also does his own DCP truck runs, and people are really seems to do really well with those things. So he's been around for a long time, and I know a lot of guys use his products, and some of you may not be familiar with them. So here's just a couple of them that I use that I've been really pleased with. Okay, so first off, let's start with a stock DCP Kenworth. And here you go. So this is a stock DCP Kenworth W900L. Okay. And you'll notice how all the lines match up perfect. I mean, this is nothing you guys are not unfamiliar with. You see all the lines, how they all match up. This cab is still in assembly because I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. But this is just standard thing. Okay. Now, what LCBM, Large Car Model Builder, offers is a different hood than this. This is a long hood. And then here is his short hood. Okay, so you can see right there the difference, and you'll forgive me, my screen is reversed unlike what you see. So if I fumble things, so you can see there's a little difference. You can see the slope of the hood is different right there, and on the LCBM cab the grill is resin cast into it. And on the DCP, obviously, this is a plastic grill you put on after the fact. But other than that, you'll see that it's also got what do you want to call them, the arms or whatever, where you can pin this to the DCP hood, frame, so you can actually make the hood operate on the frame, which is kind of cool. Some guys really like that, and other ones not so much. It just depends on who you are. Whether the hood opens or not it's not a big deal to me, but I know my clients like it. So guess what? That hood will operate. And this whole cab here is resin in one piece. Okay, resin in one piece. Also, I want you to take note that both the driver's side and the passenger side have the cutout for the air breathers. Okay, so let's match that up to the hood, and voila. You can see that hood matches up really nicely. Okay, and we'll flip it over for a look on the other side. And voila. Okay, so it works very nicely. Now, I have had to in the past either take my X-Acto knife and I'll dry fit it. Once I receive this in the mail, I will dry fit it and make sure that all the lines match up really well, and they do pretty decent out of the gate. But if I just need a little bit more out of it, I'll go ahead and shave with my knife on the inside. Yeah, there. I'll shave with my knife, doggone it, like that on the inside, and even up here if I need to, just scraping a little bit out just to make it fit just a little bit better, because sometimes maybe it's not the way I want it, so I'll fix it. You can use a file, which I've done also, especially on flat spots here. You can do that. I guess let me do it that way. Flat spots there if you want. or you can even come in with a little bit of sandpaper too. And this is, I think, I don't remember what it is, 300 grit, I think. Nah, either way, fine sandpaper. Okay, so that's what the hood looks like. You can see I took my fancy chrome pen, my liquid chrome pen here, and I came in and cleaned that up, put all the detail back in the grill. And then also you will not get headlights for this. So if you go to somebody like Gabe Fleener on eBay, Fleener DCP on eBay, you can buy a W900 hood and then salvage out the headlights, turn signals if you want to put turn signals on it, and put those in. Just glue them right here on this flat spot. You can do that. And I've done that actually in the past. I actually would take W900, I'd buy a hood for the headlights and just glue them right there, so you'd have a more realistic looking hood. So this is one style of hood for a W900S that you can buy. Now I'm doing a replica of a truck, and this is the second truck that I've done, and here's actually what it's going to be. Okay, it's got the Canada coat of floats on the front. Carson Bryan sold me this little axle right here, and then 3 axles on the back, and a 24-foot bed made out of styrene. My 3D printed end gate in there, and then also my mounting frame and my 3D printed hoist. All this is products that I've made in my Shapeways store. This is all where this is going to land, or what this next piece or next hood is going to go on. So you had this hood, and then here's the one that I'm doing that is going to go on that frame I just showed you. Now here's what's important to note about this. Look at that. It's flat here. It's right there. Okay. This is the driver's side. Here is the passenger side. Look at that. It's got the cutout. Excuse me, let me switch hands. It's got the cutout right here for the air cleaner. Okay. What does that mean for your cab? Well, that means you cannot use this one. Let's take a look at that. Okay. It's not going to work, is it? Not at all. So you're going to have to take your cab and with a Dremel cut this off right here, and then you'll have to come in with body paste or something and fill in these holes. So you're going to have to do those things on the driver's side. Okay, and that is for this particular hood. Okay, so it's flat on the driver's side, and it's got the cutout on the passenger side. Okay. So what did I do here? Okay, let's get you a really good close-up. There you go. So I took my Dremel and I shaved this down, or I cut this off. Okay, I cut it as close as I could without getting too close, because I wanted to take my file, come in here and file that down so it's nice and smooth. Okay, whoops, there we go. Boy, this is all different than using my phone. Holy smokes. So I came in here and used my file to smooth that up and clean it up, and then I came in with body paste, because there was a hole right here where the air cleaner went from the factory, and I filled that in with body paste and sanded it down. You can see the hole for that air cleaner right there. And on these two, on this particular cab, it's actually got 2 holes on both sides. Okay. Also on this cab, just a side note, and I posted a picture of this in my group the other day too. the driver's side on these Kenworth cabs, passenger, I'm sorry. See that window right there? Sometimes on some cabs they are painted over so you don't really see them so well. You can see the outline of the plastic. On this particular cab, I didn't want that outline at all. So what I did was I installed that window right here. Whoops. Dang, that is so different than what I'm used to. Woo! Okay, so I think you get the idea. I installed the window. Gosh, right there it is. Holy cow, that was hard. And then I took body paste on the outside, filled it in, and then sanded it smooth. Okay, I'll let them, hopefully the camera will clear that shot up so you can see it. Maybe you can see it better back. Well, anyway, you get the idea. Filled it in and I sanded it smooth. All right. Those are some things. Those are the two significant differences on this hood. Other than that, like I said, they usually clean up pretty well. There is some pinholes in here from air. I don't know if you'll be able to see those on the top of this one. Probably not so well. They're pretty tiny. You could, if you wanted to, come in here with some body paste and cover those up if you chose to. That's entirely up to you. For me, they're not bad enough. I mean, paint usually does a nice job of filling a lot of that in. They're still there on this one, a little bit worse than this one. This one, whoops. This one is really smooth. And the outsides are all really clean for the most part. Like I said, a couple of little pinholes, but nothing big. Nothing I'm getting in a worry about. That's for sure. So you could sand those, fill them up with body paste, sand them smooth if you chose to. I didn't. All I did was I dipped these in lacquer thinner quick, just a little in and out. Wiped them down with a rag, primed them, and painted them. That's it. That's all I did to mine. One thing I would tell you that I did do also is I take a pin file, a round pin file, and I will stick it in that hole in reverse and ream that out so I don't have any trouble at all with a rod going through there. I'll use 16th inch brass rod, or I have a lot of little scraps of rod left over from DCP tarp frames or tarps that I've cut short over the years. Got a ton of those around. I'll cut chunks of that, and I want to make sure those slide in and out of that hole real simple, so when I go to tilt that and actually reassemble it, it goes a lot easier and a lot smoother. Okay. Now, I don't have these ready to demonstrate how exactly they're going to look, so you're just going to have to go with this a little bit. Couple things you're going to have to be not concerned about, aware of. You're going to have to be aware of when you put this back together again, and perhaps Ward can talk to us about that. Let's make sure here that everyone is in the house and we're good. Okay. Okay, because this hood right here is shorter than your DCP factory hood, that means you're going to have to move the cab forward. Okay. Now, just for comparison, let's take a look at this. How are we going to pull this off? Let's give this a go. I know how we're going to do this. Just a moment. Okay. Perhaps you can see right there. This is the LCBM hood. This is the W9 hood. And you can see that this one's just a hair longer, taller than this one. And then I want to show this to you because this is very much important. Look here where these mount to your frame. This is the pin that's going to allow the hole that's where you're going to pin this hood to the frame so it operates. Look how much shorter this is compared to that. Okay? It doesn't look like a lot, but it does make a difference. Here's what's going to happen. So you're going to dry fit your Now, let me get rid of this. So what will happen is you're going to pin your hood in place. That's actually not bad. Grab that one. Then you're going to mount your cab on. Well, normal circumstances, this cab is going to land someplace like right here. So you can see you got quite a gap between the cab and the hood, right? So what you're going to have to do is what I did. And I'll show you. Look at this engine right here. I shaved with my Dremel. I cut some of that engine off. Okay, so some of that's off, about a 1/16 or maybe a little bit more of an inch off. You can see it even better here, how much I took off. Right here, you can see maybe some of the plastic. Let's see. There's some light. You can see some of the plastic right here. That is left over from where I cut that engine down to make it shorter, so I can push this cab right up against the back of the engine. And I'm still fitting this a little bit, but I think you'll get the idea. It's not hard, guys. It just takes a little bit of time to just sit there and figure it out and dry fit and put it back together. So now you can see, and again, just dry fitting this all together, you can see that, there we go. That's weird. Something's not right there. Alright, there we go. Now you can see that it's going to go together quite a lot better. Okay? And that's actually pretty darn close to what it will actually be. And then, let's see if we can do this without fumbling it too much. Right there. Okay. One thing also that I would tell you that I like about this hood, a lot of these industrial, I don't know, wouldn't call them industrial, but some of these hoods, they have this extra little lip here, because I know some of these have a an extension out here in black. You can see that right there. I'll take my magic marker or something really fine and paint this black all the way around like this, so it makes it look like that black plastic fender that would be from the factory on this particular style of hood. This one does not have that extra little bit. You can see that it's smooth. So what I'll do on this to give it the same look is take black electrical tape, fold it back on itself, cut it really narrow, and then glue it on the inside of this fender. And that accomplishes the same task. This just happens to be cast into it, which is kind of handy. Okay. Do you have questions about what you've seen so far? Now would be a good time to start asking those questions, putting them in there, putting them in the comments. What I'm going to do is put the link for these here in the comment section. This is where I bought them. And right now he's got this hood at $29.50 plus shipping. So you can buy them off his website if they're available. Sometimes I've just said, you know, hey, I need to buy 2 hoods, and then he casts them, and I go through his website and buy them. One thing I do kind of appreciate is he doesn't do any transactions through Facebook, you know, through the private messages like so many of us do. You go right through his website, you check out with the shopping cart, the shipping's calculated, there's no muss, no fuss. I don't have to bother with it. I can just buy them whenever I'm ready, and we're done. And I do actually appreciate that. I almost prefer shopping through someone's shopping cart versus just doing this, some of these little trade deals that we get tied up in. Not a big deal, but it's just something I appreciate. Just something I'm kind of into. Okay, so that is a comparison and how I'm using these hoods. If you have questions, it's like I said, now's the good time to answer them. Here's the 2 different variations of that hood for your enjoyment. You'll notice the one in my right hand has the extra fender extension and the one in my left does not. And then the one in my left hand has 2 notches for air cleaners. And obviously the one in my right hand does not. Okay? 2 different purposes, 2 different looks. They accomplish the same task. But just depends on the look you're going for. It's really what it amounts to. And I've seen a lot of cement mixer type trucks, you know, just rugged off-road trucks like that. I've seen those in this particular conversion. So this hood does make a very nice variation of that particular cab. So you're going to buy a $29.50 hood, and then I actually just bought a truck for I think I paid what did I buy this for? I think I may have given $65 for the whole semi off of I don't remember where I bought it. Anyways, I bought the whole semi. So you're 29, so you're 30 bucks in, and I'm just gonna guess 60 bucks on the truck. I know it's probably more than that. So we're up to $90, and then we had a set of Canada Coda floats for 10, so we're up to 100, and then I paid 15 for this axle, so 115, and then we are into well, an extra axle which I had on hand, and I charged myself $5 for those because I had a piece of plastic that went with it, so $5 for the piece of plastic and the wheel. So what was that, 120 now is what we're up to. And then we have styrene bed. The styrene beds that you can do this for, these things are pennies, and then you would have the cost of this end gates, which is 3D printed if you bought it from me, and then this frame and a hoist if you bought it from me. You'd have the cost of that if you're replicating this same thing. Oh, and don't forget you need a rollover tarp frame too, so that would be something else you'd want to consider. So those are some of the costs I've got in this rig so far. So, oh, and then I got to put some decals on it. Decals on it. Holy cow! Got to put some decals on the door. I got to make those yet. Not a big deal on those. I already have that template drawn because this is a white truck. Yes, since it's a white truck, guess what we can do? We can make our own decals, which is what I did. So I'll actually charge the customer $25 for the second run of those because I'll have my time. Basically, he's paying for my time. Doesn't take a lot of time, but it adds up once you make them, seal them, and everything else. So probably a little more information than you wanted, but that is the large car model builder W900S hood evaluation, or at least how I use them. Again, if you have any questions, now's a good time to ask, and we'll get those in. And Scott, who joined us here in a few moments ago, decals for diecast. Yes. I have a whole tutorial series on how to do your own decals at Rockin' HTV, and oh, here we go. Check that out. That's kind of fun. I have a whole tutorial series, a 5-part series on how to do your own decals there at rockinhtv.com. I show you everything from how to get artwork on, and then where to go buy your stuff and how to format it and do the whole thing. So you can actually do your own. Again, only works for white vehicles unless you're going to do something like, for example, you were going to do a black decal on a red truck or some dark color on another colored vehicle. If you're going to go dark blue, greens, dark greens, blacks, browns, forget it. Your decals are going to wash out. If you do them the way I showed you, if you run them on white decal paper, you're good to go. But if you do it on clear decal paper, it won't work. So anyways, little side note there on decals for you. So there you go. So if you don't have any questions, guys, I'm going to let you go. I did contact, just for the future, I'm still in conversation with shapeways.com. I do want to get that interview done for you guys because I just think it'd be so valuable. I just could not get the technology to work with the fellow that I was hoping to interview. Just nothing seemed to work, couldn't get it done. But I'm still in conversation with him, so we can maybe get something down the road yet. That is one of my goals that I want to get done for you, and for me too, because I know I'm going to learn a lot, and then all the valuable information I'll have to share with you. So keep that down the road in the future. That's what we're going to have for you there. What else is going on? And I think I'm going to line up some more interviews with different guys just to help you meet who's out there building stuff. We did one with Carson. We had Kent Lowen with Canada Dakota, and darn it, it escapes me. His other one, Moore Park Model Works, and then somebody else who we had. Oh, we had Eric Amy, I'm sorry, on, and he told us about resin, which was very good. So I want to get some more information just like that, so you guys can get the stuff you need, so you can go out and make awesome die cast. That's the goal. All right. With that, guys, I'm going to let you go for the evening. Please click subscribe and follow and all that good stuff. Share all of this good. Oh, Mark Ham. Golly, we did Mark Ham on a Tuesday afternoon. Sorry, Mark, forgot you there. Got a lot of good guys with guinea pigs, I think. A lot of good guys that have shared their knowledge with you. So, like I said, click like, share, subscribe, get all this stuff in the hands of people that can use it. A lot of guys ask questions that we're answering right here, so get these videos in their hands. And with that, guys, I'm going to let you go and try to stop this without too much trouble. Maybe we'll get it. There we go. So with that, guys, I'll let you go. Have a good night.